up to 913. Helpful on this lesson if I get some colors out. I hope I don't lose you by using colors. I think it will just help. Title, Finding Determinants. And I just want you to know that a determinant is just a number. Keep that in mind. And the inverses of matrices. And then how to use graphing calculator with matrices. So, this says, finding the determinant of a 2 by 2. Now this is specific skill for a 2 by 2. It's very simple, but it's specific for a 2 by 2. And you can see it says if you have a matrix A equals, here's a 2 by 2. This is saying multiply that way, and then you always subtract, that's an always, you subtract the product of the other diagonal that way, and you're going to get a number. So let's follow that for this example problem. The determinant of this matrix is 4 minus, what do you think? 6. That would be negative 2. So the question you should ask is, what's the significance of this number? Well, there will be a significance for that number. You just are getting warmed up. Now it says finding the determinant of a 3 by 3. Now here's a 3 by 3. 3 rows, 3 columns. This is the formula. Now I know it's kind of intimidating. It's like, how am I supposed to remember that? Well, you're not. Once you do a couple, just kind of like stand out. But notice you take the A out, which is the upper left-hand corner, which in this case is an 8. And then where do these letters come from? Well, if I covered up the row that A is in, and I covered up the column that A is in, come on, marker, you're left with that little 2 by 2 square matrix. E, F, H, I, E, F, H, I. So with that in mind, cover that up, you can see I got 6, negative 2, 9, negative 8. So 6, negative 2, 9, negative 8. But I want you to notice something. I'm going to put a plus in here because there really is one. It goes plus in front of the first one, minus is part of the formula, plus. So it goes plus, minus, plus. It doesn't matter what B is. B can be a positive thing or a negative thing. You've got to put a minus there. So there's my minus. So what does this say to do? Pull out B. Where's B? Right here. Well, where do these letters come from? So the similar thing, we got D, F, G, I. So we take out the column that B's in, and we take out the row that B is in. You can see, what are we left with? D, F, G, I. D, F, G, I. So in this case, we have a 4, so we're going to take the 4 out. And if we cover up this row and this column, you can see negative 5, negative 2, 7, 8. Negative 5, negative 2, 7, negative 8. I don't know if I said negative. And then plus, so plus. And now I think you're picking up on the pattern. The C comes from the upper right. And if you make a line and make a line, you can see you got D, E, G, H. So I take this out, cancel this, cancel this. I take the 3 out. I'm left with negative 5, 6, 7, 9. So what is this? Well, this is connected to this. So we have to figure out the value, the determinant, remember, is a number. Somehow this crazy thing equals a number. And the number is significant, but for now we're just learning how to find the determinant. So here we go. This is a 2 by 2. So this is negative 48 minus, and that's a negative 18. Now I'm going to clean this up. So it's negative 48. Am I still on the screen? Yes. Plus 18, which is negative 30, times the 8. That 8 comes along for the ride, so it's negative 240. We'll do the same thing here. That's 40, careful those negatives, minus a negative 14 is actually 40 plus 14. So that's 54 times a negative 4. I'm going to look at it like this. And then I get negative 216. And I go to the last one. Negative 45 minus 42 times 3. So that's 3 times negative, what would that be? 87. That's 240 and 21, so 261. So negative 261. And now I add those up. So I'm not going to waste your time adding those up. But and there you have it, negative 717. So again, what's the significance of that number? Well, we're going to talk about that, but we've got a few other things to show you first. Okay, the monster of all monsters, finding the determinant of a 4x4. Notice this is just a big old blank page. I don't know how much of this I'm going to do with you as far as like finishing it goes. I think I'm going to get going on one and then just kind of trust that you're going to see what I'm talking about. So this is very similar to a 3x3. Very similar. But you'll notice there's a plus, then a minus, then a plus, then a minus. So a 3x3 goes plus, minus, plus. A 4x4 goes plus, minus, plus, minus. What do you mean? Well, again, you take the upper left-hand thing out. You're going to see how crazy this is, which is a 1. Then you make a line, and you're left with this 3x3. So here's my line, here's my line. So I'm left with 5, 0, 3, 2, 3, 5, 1, negative 2, 3. Now if you're getting really frustrated, be patient because I'm going to show you how to use a calculator to do this. But there's going to be tests, questions, where I'm going to expect you not to use a calculator, and I'm going to expect you to use a calculator. So you have to understand how to do this. So it goes plus, minus. So now I'm going to go minus, and now I take the b out. The b is the next thing along the row. So take a 0 out. And here's the really good news. You love the zeros out there, because 0 times anything is 0, so you don't need to finish that. So plus, minus, plus, take the 4 out, make a line, 2, 5, 3. And here's the thing, you guys, it is so darn easy. Like while I'm talking, I'm nervous I'm going to lose my concentration here. But there's the 3x3 if I was to cover this up and cover this up, because that's what I'm doing. So, all right, and then plus, minus, take the negative 6 out, and cover up this row, or column, and this row. So that's with 2, 5, 0. Negative 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, negative 2. So these two negatives make a positive, and so now I'm going to show you what you need to do. Well, now you have a 3x3, a 3x3, a 3x3. That's why I'm kind of torn, like how much to do. But let's focus on this. Now we got to look at this 3x3 and remember what we just learned. Take the upper left out, make a line, 3, 5, negative 2, 3. And I'm not forgetting about that 1, but well, just to make sure I don't forget about it, let's make a bracket and put it there. And then we slide to this. But remember, plus, minus, 0. And whenever you get a 0, make a line, but guess what? It doesn't matter. So you don't even worry about it, because that's going to be 0 times something. Plus, take that 3 out, and make a line, 2, 3, 1, negative 2. And so here we go. 9 minus a negative 10 is actually 19. So that's 19 times 5, which is 95. This cancels. Then I go here. I go negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7 times this 3 is negative 21. It's kind of like PEMDAS. You clean everything up in here, and then I'm going to hit it with this 1. So that equals 74. Times 1 is just 74. So that is the answer for this. But now we need to understand, we love that's a 0. We need to do it with this. So I'm going to take the 4 out and do it again. So here we go. Take the upper left out. Make a line, 2, 5, 1, 3. So it goes plus, minus. Take the 5 out. And make a line. Negative 1, 5, 2, 3. Take that out, plus 3. Make a line, negative 1, 2, 2, 1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit pause on this video, finish it, and then you can look at my work. So I'm not boring you to absolute stitches. Okay, so as you can see, I have finished this right here. I've finished this right here. So I've got 52 and 36 and 74. I'm going to add these up, and I'm going to get 110 plus this is 162. And there's my answer. All right, that is a doozy. All right, you guys. Don't know if you really looked over my work, but I just checked my own work, and I used the calculator to do so. I'm going to show you how to use that in a second. But this 4 I forgot about. So once you come down here, I got 65 plus this is 67 minus that was 52. But I forgot to multiply it by that 4. So that would have been 208. So instead of 162, if I add this to this to this, I would get 318. And what I demonstrated was how easy it is just to make one mistake. Okay, almost done with this lesson. Finding the inverse of a 2 by 2 square matrix. There's the symbol for inverse. So here's your initial matrix. This is the formula that will help you get the inverse. So let's find it. What does this symbol mean? That symbol means find the determinant of matrix A. Well, that should be easy because it's just a 2 by 2. So we look at this. So A to the negative 1, that's the inverse matrix, is 1 over its determinant. So the determinant would be 28, because this is a 2 by 2, minus 30, which is negative 2, times, now you got to pay attention to this, A and D flip. See that right there? So we're going to flip those, 7, 4. Then these, B and C, stay put, but you take their opposite. So 5 becomes negative 5, 6 becomes negative 6. Now here's what's interesting. A lot of students, they instinctively find the determinant when they look at this. That's not what it's asking for. It's saying find the inverse matrix. So all you need to do now is distribute this through everything using what we learned earlier, scalar multiplication, which means it's okay to multiply. So negative 7 halves, 5 halves, 3, negative 2. And I don't know if they're going to use decimals or what up there, but we'll just stick with that. Okay, so now using a graphing calculator to find determinants works only for square matrices. So here we go. We're going to follow this one at a time. So we can see we've got this one right here. We could easily find the determinant of this matrix by just going 4, minus 6, and negative 2. Now obviously it gets a little harder, gets way harder here. So let's just figure out how to use our calculator and go step by step. So it says go to matrix. I'm going to try to show this like that. How's that? So matrix is that blue word right there. So we got to go second matrix. You can see I've already entered one. But it says it's above the x to the negative 1 key. So there's my I got to hit that. So scroll to edit. So we got to move our cursor over to edit and select 1. If you want to do a new matrix, you could select 2. Why don't we do that? Let's go 2. And now it says select the dimensions, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4. So we want a 2 by 2, and then hit enter, and now we've got a 2 by 2. Now we can put in, select the down cursor. It's actually already highlighting that, so let's just put in our input. So we got to hit our 1, see it shows up here, but then you got to hit enter. Then 2, enter. 3, enter. 4, enter. Now here's where it gets kind of weird. Once you've made all your selections, hit quit, which seems weird. It seems like we could just go right here and say, hey, find my determinant. But we're going to second, quit. Now we go back to matrix by going second, matrix. Now this time we're going to go to math, and you're going to see the difference. That allows us to find the determinant. So we want that. So we're going to select 1. And now we're going to select matrix again. This gets kind of, once you've done it a few times, it makes sense. We want to figure out the determinant of the second matrix. So we're going to hit a 2. And see how it inserts B. And now we just hit enter. And then look at it, we get -2. Now I know that was a lot of work for a 2 by 2. But I just want to prove to you that this works. Okay? All right. So let's do the 3 by 3, and I think you're going to get the idea. So, second matrix, and now let's go down to 3. We're gonna select that. Whoops, I already screwed up. Second matrix, we want to go over to edit because we want to build one. So now we're going to select 3. Here's a new one. We want a 3 by 3, and I'm going to hit enter. Don't forget to hit enter. And then 8, enter, 4, enter, 3, enter, -5. Don't use the subtraction button when you're typing in a negative. Enter, 6, enter, -2, enter, 7, enter, 9, enter, -8, enter. Now take a quick peek, make sure your information has been put in properly, and it looks like it has. So now, counterintuitive, but this is matrix C, don't forget that, second, quit. And now we're going to go second matrix, go over to math, select, find the determinant please, Mr. Calculator, and now go back to our list of matrices, and we're interested in matrix 3 or C, so I hit the 3, and now I hit enter, and that would be -717. So I think you get the point. I don't think I need to type in a 4 by 4. In fact, I think it would be good if you took some time and just make sure you know how to do it with a 4 by 4, and you would get 318 if you've done it right. So you can just do that for practice. One more thing to show you. All right, last thing. Using your calculator to multiply matrices instead of by hand. Select matrix, and by selecting second button and then this. We just got done doing this. So there we go. Now we're going to go over to edit again, hit enter. Now we've got our previous 4 by 4, but we want a 2 by 2. So we're going to go 2 by 2, hit enter, and now enter the dimensions or the elements. Oh yeah, do the same for the second matrix, but we better put in our information. I need to add something to these instructions, but put in our information. So 4, enter, 7, enter, 2, enter, -1, enter. All right. So then we're going to go to matrix B. So there's matrix A, and we're going to quit. Now go back to our list of matrices, go to B, go to edit, and we're going to stick with B. So 2, we want this to be a 2 by 1, because this is 2 rows, 1 column. And so we're going to hit enter, and we're going to put in our 6 and -5. So 6, enter, -5, enter. And now we are going to quit, and now it says Select matrix again, and now it brings our matrix to the home screen. Select multiply button. So we want this 1 times, and now we want matrix B, so we're going to enter 2. And now you notice they're being multiplied. Now hit enter. We get negative 11 and then 17 for this. Spits out a matrix. And now B times A. Well, this time we're going to go second matrix, select B, second matrix, select A. Oh, I forgot to hit times. So let's go delete. So times second matrix, and this time I want A. Now hit enter. And notice it says error. Well, think about this. If we actually did it by hand, like this, we have one element in the first row, but we have 2 elements in the first column. So that is impossible, and that's why your calculator is giving you the business. All right, you guys, good luck on that homework. You guys should be ready to rock and roll.